In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the Brother cartridge, refill it, and then reset the ink level of the chip back to full. Very simple to do. It's very easy, and you won't have to buy cartridges. You can actually use the cartridges that come with the printer. Level on the yellow is getting really low. I like to refill them and reset them before they go below 15% of ink left in the cartridge. So I'm going to take it out now, and then I'll take it over to the bench, and I'm going to show you how to refill it, how simple that is, and then also how to reset it. Our new COC Smart Chip resetter will actually reset the old LC103, 105, and 107s along with the new LC203s, 205, and 207. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm just going to remove the yellow. And then I'm going to explain a lot about the cartridge, because there's things you should know about it. You don't have to drill any holes. You don't have to do anything to the cartridge. There's the chip right on the top here. And that's what you're going to be resetting back to full with our COC Smart Chip resetter. Now, some companies are using a tool like this. Problem is, you can't get down in there to fill it. They want you to go in here, so you have to take the cover off. So we're going to give you our own tips. It's not required to take the cover off. Now, I always make up my little box. So I got my little box here that I make up. It makes it easier. I don't have to hold the cartridge. I can just rest it in there, fill this up, go in and draw the ink out, and add it to the cartridge. The cartridge is going to vacuum fill. You don't have to push any ink in. It's going to do it all by itself. So I'm going to pour some yellow ink in here. I'm going to pull up, with the color cartridges, I usually pull up about 10 cc's of ink. And by the way, on the syringes, if you see it says discard after use, pay no attention to that. You can rinse them out in a little water if you want, but you don't even have to do that. Now there again, these little tools are nice, but they don't work on the newer cartridges because they can't go all the way down, and it winds up leaking ink all over. And then we supply with the kit the COC Smart Chip resetter. It'll actually reset the older LC103s, 105s, and 107s. So it can do both. Now the other thing I want to point out is we no longer sell the large cartridges. We find there's nothing but problems when we use them. So we discontinued selling them. Our Ultra Pro True Color ink in a little cup here. This is American made ink. It does not clog the print heads. Now the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cartridge, and I'm going to draw out any ink that's left in that cartridge. I'm going to create a vacuum. Now, before I fill it, I go in. Now there again, the top would have been on. I go in, I push down, and I pull up. And I'm creating a vacuum, a suction. I'll pull it out. You can see the way this side starts to collapse. So I'm getting quite a vacuum in there. I did this with the top off just to show you. There. Okay. So now I'll empty the syringe out. If there's any ink that came out of the Brother cartridge, just empty it out. Then fill the syringe up all the way to the 10 cc mark. Okay, now watch what's going to happen. When I push this in, it's going to suck the ink right into the cartridge. There it goes. So it's only going to take what it needs. There you go. You can pull it back out again. Now let's tip it and see how much ink we got. Looks like it's almost full. Now if you want, you can go back in again, and by holding it, draw up, drop it. Draw up and drop it. And that'll just keep adding more ink. So you can get a lot more in there if you want. Once you think you have enough in there, then you can take that out, return the rest back to the little cup. Now normally the top would be on, so you wouldn't have to worry about, you know, taking the top off. I just did this to show you what everything looks like underneath. So you can just snap the top right back on again. There. Tip it forward, hold it a second, and there you go. Now you've got the ink. The little sensor comes up and blocks the light. That's why when you're using these big cartridges, it allows too much light in there, and it causes a lot of unstable messages to come up on the printer. That's why we believe that you should use the Brother cartridge. They work perfect. Now I'm going to reset the ink level on the chip back to full. This little chip resetter is designed to go right in. You'll get it, so it's going to lay right over the chip and go in. It's going to go red and then green, like I just did. I just reset it. Now I'll go put it over in the machine, and you're going to see the ink level of the yellow back up to full. Okay, now I'm back at the printer. Put the yellow back in and close it. Now, did I replace or did I change the yellow cartridge? I press yes. And then the ink level, as you can see, went right back up to full. That's how simple it was. To fill it, reset it, and keep using it over and over again.